Welcome to Beyond the Lyric, where we reveal some of the stories behind the most gifted songwriters in our area. I'm Jerry Falzone.
And I'm Debbie Randyn. Music has the power to heal, to inspire, to redeem. It can be the lifeline one needs when all else fails. Our guest today, Tim Shea, hit rock bottom when he was only 48 years old.
In dire need of a liver transplant, Tim was days from death when a suitable donor was found. In recovery, Tim also found that he had a heart attack and was diagnosed with bladder cancer. It became obvious that the workaday world was going to be a long way off for Tim, so he decided to go back to college for some kind of retraining. While he was in school, he saw that one of the courses that were offered was guitar playing. He thought that would be a pretty easy way to be able to increase his grade point average, so he took the course. Little did he know that that was going to transform his life. A college professor and a folk singer, and probably a fourth chance of redemption, actually saved Tim's life.
With a voice as deep and resonant as the well he climbed out of, with the talent for bearing his soul through his lyrics, and with an ability to write music to stir one's emotions, incredibly, Tim never sang, played guitar, or wrote music until he was 48. Fortunately for us, he's really made up for lost time.
And now it's time to hear a song from Tim on Beyond the Lyric.
Sorry now? Who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Paint your house and build your gardens, fill your ride with fuel. You drive away and laugh 'cause you're so cool. You watch me as you drink your wine, you think that I'm your fool. Don't know why I stay, you're just so cool. Sorry now? Who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Paint your face and fix your hair and I treat you like a jewel. But you don't notice me 'cause you're so cool. We'll go to parties, you leave with him. Don't play by the rules. Don't know why I stay, you're just so cool. Yeah, we'll go to parties, you leave with him. You don't play by the rules. Don't know why I stay, you're just so cool.
Hi, Tim. That was a great song. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Tim, I want to start with the bad stuff first. Hepatitis C can be contracted from somebody, I guess, or it can be earned. You earned it. There were two incidents in your youth that you were telling me about that they kind of led you down a dark path. I know one was the death of a friend, and one was an accident your mother had in a car.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell us about that?
It's funny though. Both of those events happened in one day.
Wow.
I was swimming with some friends of mine on my boat on Canisius Lake. When I was a kid, we rented a cottage out there, and we went there every year. And a friend of mine, Johnny Upchurch, was. We used to get these like broomsticks, and they had these little trident-like things you could buy at the bait store, and we'd put them on the end of the broomstick, and we'd put on our flippers, and we'd go over the walleye nests and see if we could spear them. Of course, fish are fast. So, but it was an exercise in futility, and at the time I had what they called a selectric shift on an Evinrude motor, and if the battery wasn't charged up enough, it wouldn't go into gear. And it was one of those days. I hadn't charged up the battery enough, and his brother and another friend of mine were in the boat, and the boat was drifting away from where John and I were in the water, and I looked over and I said, "Come on over here, you guys," and they couldn't get it in, so I thought, well, I'll go help them. So I swam over to the boat, and right as I climbed up into the boat, another boat came around the point, and he was pulling his, I believe it was a 12-year-old water skiing. He didn't have a spotter, and he was turned around watching his son water ski. And we looked where his boat was coming and where John was in the water, and it was we were screaming, yelling, and of course his motor back then, they were pretty loud. And he couldn't hear us when he finally did look over. He just waved, and just in time I saw John come up, and all he saw was the bow of the boat. And well, we got over to where John was in the water. It was a gruesome scene. The friend of mine, not John's brother, but the other friend, dove into the water and pulled him out, and we could see that he was ripped up. He was ripped to shreds. So just a horrible thing. It's something that I think about almost every day.
How old were you then?
I was just 16.
Oh.
I'd just gotten my license, and that's how I remember it. So this friend of mine who had pulled John out, and there's a series of events, but it's just surreal in my mind of the events that happened. But anyway, after we talked to the police and the ambulance and all that stuff, and we left the scene, and we went home, and I had my friend drive the boat because I was a little shaken up. And we got there, and I was just sitting at the end of my dock, and he had gone up to my cottage and came back down, and he handed me a note, and he said, "Your mother was just in a terrible car wreck. Please get into the city as soon as possible."
Oh, my God.
So that was that day.
That's probably the worst day of your life.
That is, so far, thank God. That's
pretty bad.
That's been the worst one. But
horrible.